Welcome to Britain in 2025, where the Chancellor of Exchequer breaks the housing laws, shrugs, and just refers herself to ethics advisor like it's just a cheeky little parking ticket. Yeah, it's nothing wrong. Wow, this is Rachel Reeves, the woman in charge of our national finances, has admitted into unlawfully renting her £3,200 a month Dulwich home without a license, because apparently they don't need a license, do they? Because only us, the little people, only us, we're the one that need a license. Well, I think this is important. We need to talk about it. So let's talk about this, shall we? If you're new to the channel, make sure you like, comment, subscribe before we get into this. By the way, there's a challenge going on this channel. I'm not getting a haircut until we hit 100k subscribers. I think I need a haircut. So if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Let's get to 100k and let's get that haircut. I do not want to get to 100k with a big, massive afro, because that would look very bad, especially the way I dressed. I don't like it. I don't want it. So please subscribe. Now let's get into this video. Let's unpack this, right? So Rachel Reeves, she moved into Downing Street after Labour's election win in 2024. Instead of her leaving her family home empty or choose to legally rent it out, she chose the third option. And what is that? Unlawfully renting it out without obtaining the required selective license from Southwark Council. That's right. The Chancellor broke the very kind regulation that she was supposed to uphold. And her excuse is inadvertent error. Yeah, it's like a political code of like, I got caught. I'm sorry. This isn't a technicality problem. It is a breach of housing laws, one that can lead into fines, persecutions, and even criminal charges. So why did Rachel Reeves do it? Well, she says it is inadvertent error, that she did not realize that she needed license to do it. But this is the Chancellor, the person who's responsible for the UK's finance. If she can't navigate the basic housing regulations, what does that say about her competence? I mean, what?
Rachel Reeves admits to breaking housing law. So Rachel Reeves admitted that she broke housing regulations by unlawfully renting out her family home after moving in to number 11. The Chancellor failed to obtain a rental license for her home in Dulwich. Now, Rachel Reeves has referred herself to the government's independent ethics advisor. Wow, another day, another Labour scandal.
Now let's talk about consequences. You're probably thinking, Barack, will there be something that she's gonna have to go through? Well, it depends, because Southwark Council requires landlords to obtain licenses before renting a property out in a designated area. And if you fail to do so, it can result into fines, persecutions, and revocation of rental rights. So, will Rachel Reeves be fined, persecuted, or held accountable? Spoiler alert, probably not. Instead of facing consequences, Rachel Reeves referred herself to the independent ethics advisor, which is like robbing a bank and calling your friend and ask her, hey, what do you think about my moral compass? That's literally what just happened here. That's what we're witnessing here. And where's Keir Starmer in this? Is Keir Starmer condemning her? Is he demanding transparency? And is he even calling for investigation? Well, quickly, you probably already know, no, he's not doing anything. He's not doing anything. He has ruled out the entire inquiry and said that her apology was sufficient enough and her prompt action was okay for him. So it's just no more day in Labour Party, right? Nothing says about ethical leadership like ignoring the illegal activities from your own Chancellor. I mean, yeah, very ethical, right? Thank you so much, Keir Starmer. But let's be clear here. I do not want to get political, but I have to. If this was a Conservative or a Reform minister, Labour will be calling for resignation every single second. Inquiries, possible punishment. But since it's their own, since it's their people, yeah, it's just a misunderstanding. It's okay. The apology is okay. In 2023, landlords across London were fined for similar breaches. Some paid thousands of fines. Others faced legal actions. But Rachel Reeves, she just gets a pass. Why? It's very simple because she's a part of the power. She's a part of the elite club now. Because, you know, in Westminster, the rules do not apply equally. I think we all find out like very quick when Labour got in, right? And what about the £3,200 a month? That's basically 38,000 a year. Yeah, untaxed, unlicensed, unregulated. Imagine if a regular landlord did that. They would be slapped with the biggest fine before they even received the money. Yeah, that's how fast HMRC and all these, people like Rachel Reeves really are. But when it becomes to Rachel Reeves, when she makes the mistake or when she does the inadvertent error, it just goes past, right? It's okay, it's normal. She can just apologize and it's just a normal thing. Again, because she's in a club, because she's a part of the elite, and therefore she's untouchable. And of course, I don't want to go on about this rent thing because this is not about the rental thing. It's about culture of impunity. It's about a government that preach fairness while practicing favoritism. And it's about a prime minister who talks about ethics while ignoring violation within his party. And also, it's about a chancellor who breaks the housing laws while lecturing the public about fiscal responsibility. I mean, damn. These guys are like killing us right now. It's insane. So what will happen now? Will Rachel Reeves be fined? Well, that would depend on Southwark Council. If they're gonna pursue legal action, well, that's the council's job if they're gonna do it or not. But we'll see what they're gonna do. Or maybe this might just disappear in the next couple of weeks, right? Actually, a couple of days, because there's gonna be a mountain of political spins and media silence. So you're probably not gonna hear about this story anymore. And all the journalists, as we all noticed, they're probably not going to talk about it, and we're all going to move on, right? And again, this is Britain, where the powerful few can bend the rules, and apologies can become the replacement of consequences, where they're meant to pay fine, they can just say sorry. They're meant to be persecuted, they can just say sorry. They're meant to be banned or fired, they can just say sorry and maintain their work and keep going on, and everything will just remain the same. And the public, we're just meant to sit here and accept it all and be like, yeah, it's okay. But guess what? We're going to keep asking questions. We're going to try to demand answers. And we're going to try to hold our leaders accountable, because if we don't, the next scandal, it will not be news. It will be a usual business, or just business as usual. And if you consider yourself or consider this country as a democracy, well, we're meant to challenge the people in power. We're meant to give them hell. We want answers, and we're meant to do that, or we have to do it every single day. And I'll do my part. I hope you will. Comment down below what you think. Thank you so much for watching. Again, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, because I need to get a haircut, and I won't get it until we hit 100k subscribers. And I think that's a fair challenge to do. Well, it's a fair challenge. It's fair for you. It's not fair for me, because I need to start looking pretty again. But thank you so much for watching. Hand to the head salute. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye. You've been silenced for very long, and every time you try to resist, they put you in jail.
For my children.
You control your mind for so long, to the point where you let them decide what your kids should learn, what gender they will be. And now you've let them to come for the whole nation, destroying what Britain once stood up for. They use this media machine not to report the facts to you, but to tell you what to think and what you should do.
Always be careful.
They're hiding the facts behind the noise, and they're recruiting pedophiles to tell you how to behave. And these politicians who meant to protect you, they're out there smashing your head on the ground. And no jail time for them. This road we've been on has been very dark for a very long time, and it's time to shine a light on the truth and advocate for justice. We the people make the nation, and if we don't stand up and advocate for justice, then we certainly won't make this nation great again. So we have to create a place for that, a place that can contribute to a more informed society. And that place is Next Frontier Media.